Happy Tuesday, everyone. So, I'm not sure if you were paying attention to reading your email, but this is Spirit Week, and today is Tuesday, and Tuesday has been designated Appreciation Day, so I want to let you know how much I appreciate you, how hard you are working and keeping up with, because I know this is a difficult situation, difficult time, and nothing is going easy right now, and it's just not what you expected for your freshman year of high school. I know some of you aren't freshmen. However, just not what you expected. So I want to say that I appreciate you and everything that you're doing to try to get through this and try to get something accomplished and try to get something done. And I see you and I see how much work you're putting in. And trust me, it's going to pay off later. So, thank you. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for taking care of all the things that you need to be taken care of. And now I'm going to take care of what I need to take care of, and I need to teach you some more rational equations. This is it. This is the payoff. This is what we've been building towards and alluding to and hinting at for 2 weeks, something like that. Rational equations, again, day 2. The process is the same. I told you, we're going to be doing this same thing all week. Find the LCD, multiply the LCD, solve the resulting equation, check for extraneous solutions. Find the LCD. So far, everything's been all distributed for you. That's going to get a little bit harder tomorrow, but don't be scared. Multiply by the LCD. Pretty easy step. Remember, there's nothing left in the denominators after we multiply step. Solve the equations. Yesterday we talked about how is it a linear equation or is it a quadratic equation. Linear, all variables on one side, constants on the other, divide, you're done. Quadratic, get everything equal to 0. Get everything on the same side of the equation, and then you're going to have some factoring to do, and you're going to have to use a zero product property to come up with a couple of different answers. And then check for extraneous solutions. And that one we've been talking about, but it hasn't come into play yet. Numero uno, find the LCD. So these are all factored out. They're nice, easy binomials. I got an x minus 2, an x minus 4, an x minus 2, and an x minus 4. So there is my LCD. X minus 2 and x minus 4. And again, we talked about this in the beginning. That LCD tells me what my extraneous solutions are. So I set each one of those equal to 0. X cannot be 2 and x cannot be 4. Those are my extraneous solutions. They cannot be answers. Here we go. That one's in my way. The one's always in my way. I don't know why I put it there to begin with, but I do. Multiply each one of those by your LCD. X minus 2, x minus 4. X minus 2, x minus 4. X minus 2, x minus 4. And then as we've discussed already, we know that the x minus 2's, they go. Right here, I got a little distribution. I got this x and I got the x minus 4. That's going to give me x squared minus 4x. Step 2. X minus 4's gone. A little hard to see maybe on the video, but that is a plus sign right there. Very important because then we don't have to worry about distributing that negative sign. But I do have a 1 to distribute. 1 times those 2 gives me positive x minus 2. Equal signs and equal sign over here. Everything is gone, and I have just a 2 left over. Again, a reminder, I found the LCD. I multiplied by the LCD. After the multiply by the LCD step, there's no fractions left. That's the point. All right, now you need to make the determination. Do we have linear or do we have quadratic? Quadratic. Get everything over here on the left, get it equal to 0. Minus 2, minus 2. At the same time, since you're intelligent young boys and girls, we're going to combine like terms. We're going to get everything over there. We're going to combine the like terms. So I have just the x squared. Minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3x. Minus 2 is 4. And that's equal to 0. Beautiful. Quadratic equation. Factor, zero product property. Give me my 2 answers just like we did yesterday. What kind of factoring do we have? We check a GCF. Nope. Trinomial? Yep. Number? Nope. Fast factor. What multiplies to be -4 and has to be -3? Very good. -4 and +1. Watch your signs. So we factor, and some of you are out there going, but do I have to write this down because I know I'm just going to do the zero product property and get the opposite? You know what? Quit being lazy. Write the stuff down so you don't make careless mistakes. I see what you're doing when I see those grade those daily assessments. Here we go. Write it out. Do the factoring step. Now write out the zero product property. X minus 4 equals 0. X plus, that's a plus, plus 1 equals 0. Add 4, I get 4. Subtract 1, I get -1. And I get those two answers. What? You said what? You're right. If you remember back in the very beginning, we said we had extraneous solutions. We said the answer could not possibly be 2 or 4. The answer cannot be 4. It's one of my extraneous solutions. So this gets rejected. It is not a possible answer. Why not, Mr. Stevens? Because if I put 4, if I would go back to the original problem and I would substitute 4 in here, if I put in 4, 4 minus 4 is 0, and you can't divide by 0. It creates a black hole that will destroy the universe. No dividing by 0, not allowed. That's why we have extraneous solutions. We talked about like on the very first video I did. You can go back through the extraneous solutions conversation. That's why they're not allowed. That's why it gets rejected. So this is why it's important for you to go through this whole process. Again, find the LCD. The LCD tells you your extraneous solutions. Multiply by the LCD. Get an equation, solve it, quadratic, factors, zero product property, and we find out that one of our answers got rejected because it's extraneous. It is not allowed. So there we go, boys and girls. These are the problems we've been building towards. We're using all of our steps. We're using the extraneous solution conversation. It's happening right in front of our eyes. Number 2. Step 1, find the LCD. I got an x and an x minus 2. I got an x and an x minus 2. I'm going to clean up some of this mess from problem 1 because it's in our way. Hopefully you took a screenshot if you needed it. If not, rewind and take the screenshot. LCD. X and x minus 2. So from there I get my extraneous solutions. Remember, I take each one of those and set it to 0, and that tells me what x cannot be. X cannot be 0. X cannot be 2. Take each of those parts of your LCD, set them equal to 0, and that tells you you're extraneous. So here we go. Multiply everything by x and x minus 2. X and x minus 2. X and x minus 2. So first term, again, I'm multiplying everything by x and x minus 2. I got an x going bye, x minus 2. Bye. There ain't nothing left. I got a 10. I'm moving on. I got an x. Is gone. I got an x minus 2 and a 4. A little distribution action here gives me 4x minus 8. Over here, x minus 2, gone, 5x. We're going through that a little bit faster. Rewind if you need to. This part we've been doing for 2 weeks. That should not be new to you. Here we go. Now we got to think in our brains. Is this linear or is this quadratic? Is it linear or is it quadratic? You can tell by the little 2 exponent. Quadratic. Everything on the same side equal to 0. Do I have a little 2 exponent here? No. So this is a linear equation. Get all the variables on one side. Get all the constants on the other. I like variables on the left-hand side. That's just me. even if it gives me some negative numbers. But I see here that both my constants are here, and this is all this one variable. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 4 over to the other side. I got like terms to get combined. 10 minus 8 is 2. I subtract here, I get 1x. I divide, x is 2. Cool. That's my... Oh, it happened. It happened again. I did all of this work. It came down linear. I got one answer. And what happened to my answer? Extraneous. So now what's the answer? If you only had one answer, and that answer got rejected, then what's left? What is your solution if you have no solutions? You got it. No solution. There you go. All right, kids. There's our steps. There's our work. We've been doing it for 2 weeks. It's not new, except now you have to make sure, because the extraneous solutions that we have not actually had to deal with yet coming into play. Hit me up, you got questions. Take care of yourself. Be safe. And I'm going to try and get the face-to-face set up for tomorrow. I'll put the link in Google if it's going to go, and I'll put it in there in the morning. So peace out. Have a good evening. Have a good morning. Have a good evening. Have a good day.